Shots from the Winchester podcast presents Shots on the Go, brought to you by Greencastle Consulting, your nation's premier strategy execution firm. On this season of Shots on the Go, we're exploring veteran-owned and operated businesses who are vendors at the upcoming annual Vet Fest put on by Greencastle Consulting in Malvern, Pennsylvania in September. Vet Fest highlights some of the area's most outstanding veteran-owned and operated businesses. So recently, myself and Mike Murray, event marketing associate at Greencastle Consulting, went down to PA Boys BBQ in Oxford, PA to meet up with Matt Harper, who had a record-breaking day at last year's Vet Fest. All right, y'all, we are here with Matt Harper of PA Boys. What's going on, Matt?
Not much.
We're out here in Oxford, PA.
Yes, sir.
And we're doing briskets, ribs.
Ribs, yeah. At the restaurant, we'll have everything. We'll have the staple barbecue. We'll have sliced brisket. We'll have ribs. We'll have pulled pork. We'll have rotating poultry. We'll do smoked turkey breast. We'll do smoked chicken wings some weekends, and then we'll do our chicken leg and quarters, leg and thigh quarters, and then we'll rotate that every week. And then we'll always have pork spare ribs. We'll always have chopped brisket sandwiches. We'll always have pulled pork sandwiches, and then we'll also sell it by the pound and the half pound, and mac and cheese, baked beans, coleslaw, fresh green beans, Brussels sprouts are on the menu, and banana pudding and chocolate chip cookies for dessert.
That's awesome. Now, you were at last year's Vet Fest.
Yes, sir.
You had me like living my best life, honestly. Like PA Boys, if you've never had their food, it's ridiculous. I mean, using the word ridiculous sounds like a negativity, but this is not, absolutely not. It is the best food. What is your secret? I know you don't want to tell everybody your secrets, but what is going on?
I mean, I just think it's the staff I have and the team I have, and it's just the passion you put behind it. I mean, everyone I have worked for me from day one now to new people we're starting to hire now. I mean, the pit cooks were waking up at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning to start the smokers and cook everything. And I cook initially to get us started for the day, but once we're busy and selling food, I'm not really cooking. I just turn it over to my other pit cooks, and you can't tell the difference if it's me cooking or if my staff cooking the ribs. And we care too much about the quality of the product, and it's just everything that comes off that smoker, we want to eat it. If we want to eat it, we're throwing it out.
Nice. And now, veteran owned and operated.
Yes.
That's another one of the reasons why we're here, since Vet Fest is sponsoring or supporting veteran-owned and operated businesses. One of the things that I think is really important is supporting the veteran community.
Absolutely.
And being able to do this and having Vet Fest available for that, to be able to platform different vendors that are veteran-owned is, I think, really important.
Absolutely.
Why did you choose to go to Vet Fest? Is it because of that?
Yeah, just the veteran. I mean, they said it was Vet Fest, and you guys said how many people were going to be there, and it was way more than what we expected last year. And it was just, yes, the veteran-owned businesses, veteran community, we're such a small community that we all stick together, and look what it does for everyone's business. I mean,
that's a good thing. And now, you were in a service?
Yeah, I was in the Army for stationed out in Fort Riley, Kansas, for 6 years.
Cool. Thank you so much for your service.
Absolutely. Thank you as well.
So what was the journey coming from the Army into where you're at now?
It was a hell of a ride. When I got out, I was an HVAC mechanic in the Army, and then I started doing that for the civilian sector a little bit, residential. And then I had the opportunity to go build elevators. I started building elevators back in 2018, and then I was on having a great career, really expanding and getting promoted quick, and getting being a lead mechanic real quick. And COVID hit, and during COVID I got in a bad, showed up to work one morning and fell doing a demo on an elevator, and fell 10 stories down when my straps and all my safeties broke on the car. So had changed careers, and 2 years of surgeries, 10 surgeries later, I started making my own barbecue sauce. I always started cooking when I was in the Army. I would always be cooking, and stationed out in Kansas, you kind of fell in love with the barbecue, and I always knew I could cook. Now I was like, well, let's see what the public thinks, and let's see how it's working. And it's just been great feedback, and we just keep on trying something different every time. every
Nice.
time and trying to change it up.
So what's your mainstay? What's the dish that everyone keeps buying from you?
It used to be like a pulled pork mac bowls and everything, but we started doing brisket sandwiches now, chopped brisket sandwiches, and that seems to have to have one-on-one with the brisket and the pork. So it changes every week what the staple is, but the pulled pork I would say is probably the staple for since day one.
Yeah. Now there's a lot of vendors that we have already talked to. One of them including Mainline Armory, who calls you in to do catering and stuff like that. Just wanted to get into catering. So what's the situation with catering?
So catering, I need like a week and a half to 2 weeks, sometimes depending on what size of event it is and how many people it is for. But yeah, we do full catering services, we do pickup service, and we also offer full drop-off service that would come with pretty much everything. All you guys would have to do would be serve the food. Just different price points, whatever your price point is, we got a solution
Nice.
for the catering aspect.
That's cool. And I see you got a tray here.
Yes, this is our tray going out this afternoon of one of our mac and cheeses.
Oh, wow. Wow, that looks delicious. Now, if you're just watching this right now, I know you want to stick a fork in that. That looks delicious.
And
Yeah.
you know, Matt also actually we did a camping trip
Yeah.
last year in October.
Yeah.
And we had him come out, and it was a whole hog pig roast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know,
Now,
it was
do
a no-brainer after Vet Fest, you know, after trying his pulled pork.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think we've had you at Greencastle
Yeah.
a few times now since then, after that as well. So, I mean, this is legit. Like, this is awesome food. If you think about any kind of barbecue, you gotta try out PA Boys. This is like,
Absolutely.
it's the best. Can we see the food truck? Yeah, so if you're out and about and you see this truck, we're about to go out and check it out right now. If you're out and about and you see this truck, you need to just go ahead and pull on over and get you some food. I'm gonna adjust the light here. So now this is insane. This is such a nice rig. This is a nice setup. Now I saw this at Vet Fest.
Yeah.
But now seeing it here, it's so big. It's so much bigger than I thought. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So how did this come about?
This started, we started roadside first for the first 6-7 months, probably just out of a tent and hot trays and everything, and temporary permits with the health department. Then business was good, and then we ended up buying this food truck, and we got it probably 2022 October-ish,
Yeah.
probably is the time frame on the trailer. So it's had a full season and a half, and now it's still getting this season out of it.
It's a very large truck. So what's going on in here?
We just have fridges and steam tables in there. And then all of our smoking we used to do on the back here, the smoker. We did all the smoking on this now. Now we just use it for day of events. We just got a new smoker in town.
You can do your sauces though online,
Yeah,
right?
the sauce, yeah, you can contact us and send us an email and the sauce and everything. Greg also down at Mainline Armory sells our barbecue sauce for us.
Yeah.
And then Keystone Barbecue Supply in Intercourse sells our barbecue sauce. And Wavine also has our barbecue sauce for sale.
Nice. Let's like walk back a little bit, but let's talk about this barbecue sauce. So what's the secret sauce? What's the
So we
ingredients?
have our Appalachian Apple barbecue sauce right now that's bottled and for sale.
You're right.
And then we also have 2 more that are going to be coming out here in the next couple months. Our hot mustard and our Smoky Mountain barbecue sauce. It's a bourbon-based barbecue sauce. So we're going to start, now that we have the restaurant, we have the capabilities to bottle it and do everything ourselves in-house. And now we're going to start getting our mustard out there and our sweet and smoky that have 3 options for sale.
Let's go ahead and get in the shade, 'cause I know it's a little hot right here. We'll be right back after this.
We created VetFest as a way to bring together not only veteran organizations that have food or vendors, but also the service organizations that serve the veteran community, as well as people that just are veteran supporters.
This is our first year at VetFest. We jumped at the opportunity. We love supporting veterans. I'm a veteran.
There are so many vendors, participants, veterans.
I had no idea just how big it is. There are so many vendors out here, so much fun. I'm loving the live music.
So today we have some of our tadpole obstacles set up. That's our kids course. We brought out everything from walls to carries, crawls. We have a rope swing.
Great to be at VetFest. I'm a veteran myself of the United States Navy.
This is Team Foster's second time at VetFest. Super excited to be out here. Lots of amazing vendors, great energy, fantastic people.
This year, the thing that I enjoy the most is just to see the success of all the different vendors and the excitement that they're having about being here, potentially be coming back next year, and even adding to this, adding more vendors and adding more veteran-owned organizations that can just, raise the awareness of what veterans are capable of.
Now back to Shots on the Go. So what's the future of PA Boys? What's your goal? What do you want to accomplish?
And at the end of it, eventually when we're open more days a week, we want to have the restaurant running Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days a week, and then still do large events and corporate catering, and then just have it running more, then eventually hopefully get on the circuit and start competing in a couple of these competitions also.
That's awesome. You excited for that?
I am, yeah.
All right, we're looking forward to it. When you do start those competitions, let us know so that we can support you in any way possible, because I think that's going to be awesome. We love your food. Is there anything else that you may be looking to expand into as far as barbecue that you're not doing right now?
That we're not doing right now, yes. We talked about partnering with the local winery and stuff in town and doing like a smoked pizza night.
Yeah.
Not wood fire pizza, smoked pizzas on our smoker.
Nice.
And pairing it with one of their wine glasses, or pairing it with cocktails and wine.
That's awesome. I think for a while I was trying to get into wine more, and I was trying to do a little bit more of the pairings and stuff like that, but I'm not really a drinker, but I do like a good wine with a good pairing of like a meal or something like that, and barbecue, like that just sounds perfect to me. Yeah.
Oh, we're also going to be probably doing once a quarter, we're going to be doing a benefit for a veteran organization or a veteran group or another veteran company if they're in need, or once a quarter we'll probably be doing a chicken barbecue fundraiser.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and that's for helping veterans?
Helping different veteran organizations or different veteran owned companies or different veteran nonprofits.
Nice.
So we're starting to work with other veteran owned companies now to see who would be the next one we're going to do one for. So
wow, that's cool.
And then we're going to do another one for my other pit master. His unit's National Guard unit's about to get back in October, I think, and we're going to do like a welcome home ceremony or something.
That's really cool.
Cooking them for them.
Wow.
So we're in we're trying to be all about the vets and helping out every other vet, and they got our back like we've had their back since we all enlisted. So
yeah, honestly, it's a community in that way.
Yeah.
And the support, and another reason why we're doing what we're doing now, especially with VetFest, is to help in that support. So it's nice to see a lot of the vendors connecting as well, and starting to work with each other, which is the whole purpose in a lot of it,
So I wanted to ask, you said you're another pit master, and you said that pretty much the food tastes the exact same. Did you have to tell them like any secrets, or did they bring their own thing too?
We shared everything with them. Me and Joe, we've been cooking for years together. Just in our backyards. In my backyard, I used to do a wing competition. And then we did a rib cook-off at our other buddy's house, his brother-in-law's house. And we've been cooking, and we kind of knew. He came on board probably just over a year ago now, and we haven't skipped a beat. We're all both on the same page with our recipes. He's got some ideas that we brought to the table. we've been using some of my ideas, and it's just we've been just clicking like that from day one that he's helped us out and been on staff, and
That's awesome.
and we've always talked about it, and we always said maybe one day.
Yeah.
And
Well, one day's now.
now we're here one day.
I also wanted to ask about, like you said, you said you always could cook, but then you like wanted to like start making sauces. You know, how did that look? Were you like in your kitchen like a mad scientist, like
I
just trying stuff?
I was in my kitchen on in my wheelchair because I couldn't walk at the time because I just had my elevator accident, and I just had to. I was like, I'm an active guy. I'm always on the move. I don't like sitting around. I just sitting, not working for 2 years and doing PT was my work, and doctor's appointments were my job. So I was like, well, let's see. I got a couple different books and started out with some recipes, and I started making these recipes my own. What can I change? Having friends, family try. Here's a sauce. Here's a sauce. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Then I finally got the 3 that I have made now, and now it's just I got a couple more, but I don't have the time right now to get them done. But I got a couple more that I want to release here shortly and start over again and see what I can do. See what we can create. Yeah,
what was the reaction of the people when you had that? You know, when you gave them like the last final, like, this is what we're bottling up. Was it that like, moment?
It was. They were like, no, this is really good. We really like it. For our mustard, like, we had to gauge the heat level. I'm a heat guy. I like heat. But a lot of people and the common public, if you want to just stay baseline, and for most people, flavor profiles, I was like, okay, we just got to stay baseline. We can't make it overpowering, but we can't make it not hot. So like the people that don't like any type of heat aren't going to really like it. But then that's what we just tell people, like, it does. That's why it's called our hot mustard. It's but it's not overpowering. It's not overbearing. You get the jalapeno flavors to it, and then you get that little bit of habanero, that pepper flavor, and then it's just coming up with just trial and error. And then I used to work with a co-packer down in South Carolina who got my first one bottled for me before we had the restaurant, and then it just like they were like, oh, we sampled all the sauces, and he tasted it, and he was just like, yeah, like, he was like, you got something here, and like,
And it sounds like, now that we've heard like a lot of the story, through the course of your past, it sounds like, you like basically your path was just kind of like a little bit of cooking here, a little making sauce, and you talk about the bottle or the packaging guy. It's like this was like just preparing you for this time.
Correct. Yeah, that's what it's been trying to be. I've been trying to take in the Army and the military background, and just how they always try to prepare you for the next step. It's always what's next, what's next, what's next. And and being a small business, and it's not the easiest for us out there. That's why I think the veteran owned and how we do the Vet Fest and how working with you guys and working with all the veteran owned different companies you can get and organizations just helps your business and helps it thrive, and just watch it go from there. Because our wrap guy that did all of our logos and all of our designs, he's a veteran owned business himself, Full Throttle Wraps. And then our mechanic, he's a veteran owned business. My realtors that sold me this property, they're veterans.
Wow.
So yeah, we try to keep it, and then we do work with Greg down at Mainline Armory, another veteran in business. We try to really keep it as much as we can in our network and with our veteran group. And
that's beautiful. Yeah, that's great.
I do have one more question.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's hope I didn't forget it. Do you have any advice for anyone who's maybe trying to get out of the service and then maybe do their own thing, or maybe have to start a side something?
So,
absolutely.
There's tons of military. You got Boots to Business, that's free. You got the EBV program through the IBMF through Syracuse University, but then there's also, you can go to Syracuse University for it. St. Joe's officers are class for it. UConn, Texas A&M. I went to Texas A&M for 2 weeks. You do 2 months online, then it's 2 weeks, and it's just free. I mean, you don't have to touch a GI Bill. They pay for board. They pay for your airfare.
Wow.
They pay for 3 meals a day. And it's just these universities doing it twice a year. And everything's free.
Wow, that's great information.
I didn't
Especially
know
anybody, I had no idea. No,
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
And there's different stages of your company. So don't think if you're just starting out or if you've been in business 5 years, 10 years, there's also a 5-year school you can go to, another recap. There's a 10-year program you can go to. There's also, if you're a new business and they do it's called the 100 top 100 veteran-owned businesses. They do it from the small scale all the way up to corporate. So depending on how big your veteran-owned business is, they have that down in Texas every year. There's so many different programs out there for veteran-owned businesses. If you're going to do it, just what hurts than try.
Right.
I mean, some states are better than others with different stuff that they help you out in, but I would, if you want to do it, try. I mean, there's nothing else. I work not a day in my life anymore because I love what I do, and it's not a job to me. I probably work 7 days a week, but I'm not working every day. I'm doing it.
Oh, wow.
This is our brisket. The flat, the point of the brisket that we cooked a couple days ago. That's going out to another catering job today.
Wow. That's beautiful. And the was that like a cracked pepper on that?
Yeah, black pepper on it.
Nice. That's beautiful thing. And so somebody's gonna have a good old time today.
Yeah.
So how many of these do you typically say you cook?
On the average week here lately, it's been 12 briskets a weekend.
Wow. And then how long do they take to cook normally?
About 10 to 12 hours.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
amazing.
three cases of brisket about a week roughly.
Wow.
That we've been going through here lately.
Wow.
And then now with the restaurant, so we're probably going to end up with 4, so 18.
Wow. So now we're heading out back here. Oh wow, look at that. Well, I got
this is
light on
our
this real quick.
Another buddy of ours does all of our custom welding, Triple S welding out of Kennett.
That's insane.
They built this from the ground up for me. I told them the design we wanted to do obviously a veteran tribute.
Yeah. Look at that.
To every branch, not just the Army, because I was in the Army, but
wow.
We just wanted to.
This is really cool. And so you just fabricated this whole thing?
Yeah. So it used to be an old 1,000-gallon propane tank, and he made everything, cooked took all the designs, made the counterweights as our tribute to the different forces.
That's so cool.
And then the whole thing's like 21 feet long, and from roof is 21 feet long.
Wow.
And then he designed it, and
this is really, I've not seen anything like this.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is awesome. You got me like, this is like goals right here.
So when you have this thing fired up and the smoke's pouring out, you got like these businesses next door and neighbors come like sticking their head out, you know?
Oh
like,
yeah.
Because we haven't been open. We bought the property in February, so we've been cooking out of a trailer still till now,
right?
Till the past couple weeks. But no, we've had, once that trailer fires up and the smoke starts building into town, people just think we're open.
It's like if you build it, they will come. They're coming out of the woodworks.
They're smelling it, and they just want to change in town too.
Yeah.
There's not really a barbecue spot around that people are going to, and people are just wanting something different. You got tons of pizza shops, you got tons of Mexican food in town.
Yeah.
You got your bars, and that's good food too, but you don't really have barbecue.
That's awesome.
Around. So
if you had to eat anywhere else in town, where would you?
I go to out in the sawmill and everything, because I cook all the time, for everyone and for everything, and we love it.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to cook for yourself,
Yeah.
cook for one person, I like cooking for the masses, not for myself. So I support all the local businesses around too, and go a little bit of everywhere. So
nice. And then I saw a diner down the street.
Yeah,
that looked like
Diner.
it's an old spot. Is that pretty good? Have you been there?
That used to be a place to go in town, and this building used to be called the Old Varsity Grill. So back in the town of Oxford, this has been shut down for 14 years now.
Oh, okay.
So we did a whole new gut inside, and all new floors, all new walls, all new everything, and then
people come in and like
want to
remember.
Remember, they used to sit. My uncle, he stopped by the other day, and he was like, he sat in his booth that he remembers used to sit sitting in there. We did get rid of the booths and the bar stools to try to open up some more space. Yeah. But we kept some of the stuff, and we got a couple other more things that we're going to do a tribute to the diner for what it used to be and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Keep that history alive.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Man, you're gonna have people packed in here, man.
I know.
We are limited for space, so if the parking lot gets filled, I mean, we'll do takeout all day.
Yeah.
Takeout service as well, but for the seating, we're gonna have local breweries and wineries come down for alcohol for our grand opening on the 22nd. We got live music.
Wow.
It's going to be out back here with our picnic tables that are still coming in.
Nice.
We got every Saturday that it's going to be open, we're going to try to do something out of it, and we want this place to be a family spot, veteran spot for the vets. There's not even really a local. The VFWs you got to go to that are around here, you got to either go to Parksburg or Kennett, and there's no, or you go to American Legion down in Rising Sun. So we want to kind of make this a place to hang out and
like
family.
Veteran hub.
A little bit veteran hub, and
Yeah.
we do offer veteran discounts, 10% off for vets.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Thank you for supporting all that you're doing here, especially for veterans families, things like that, and being mindful about all that stuff, and utilizing other veterans and their services too, to keep that alive for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much
for
the time here. Just let people know where you're at.
So yeah, it's 277 South 3rd Street, Oxford, Pennsylvania. That is our location for our restaurant, and that'll be open like every Saturday from the 22nd on.
Nice.
And then our food truck will be at all of our locations that we go to. We go to Levante Brewing in Westchester at their main location. We go to Wayvine here in Nottingham, and we go to Old Stone Cider in Louisville, and then we go to Highland Orchards, and then there's a couple other pop-ups. Like we just got into the Kennett Creamery for 2 weekends in September, so we'll be at Kennett Creamery, and then a couple other events throughout the summer, and then we'll be with you guys back at Vet Fest this year.
Yeah.
And then we do different charity and different groups, and so we try to get around pretty good out of our food truck.
Last year you sold out.
Yeah, we sold out last year. That was our
Vet
first. That was our first sellout of the year.
Yeah.
And of pretty much, we hit record day last year at Vet Fest. We've done over the fall and everything. We've did a little bit. We had more record days. So now this year we're hoping for another record day. I mean, every day, if we know it's a big event and a huge event, we're going to try to have the food for everyone and trying to support it. And then we kind of like to keep on hitting records.
Absolutely.
We keep on hitting records every day. It's pretty amazing. So.
Well, here's VetFest 24 selling out.
Absolutely. we will.
Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
On behalf of Greencastle, your nation's premier strategy execution firm, I'm your host, Al Green, and we'll see you in the next episode.